Hello, everybody. I'm really excited to be here because I am actually just leaving your place. Just last year, I was sitting in your spot as a freshman in orientation, and I can successfully say that it's not that bad, and I just finished it with open arms. That was me. I was not willing to be here other than the fact that I was excited to play softball. In high school, I had always had that sense of belonging because I was a part of a team. I was enveloped with people who supported me, and I was enveloped with people who wanted me to succeed and to go get that college experience because I was the first in my family to actually get the opportunity to do that. So as I said, starting from freshman year in high school, I was accepted to play on the varsity softball team, which was a huge accomplishment at my school. We were a tournament team, and I eventually worked my way all the way up to be senior captain. I felt like that was an accomplishment in itself because everybody at the school knew me. I had that comfortable feeling where I could talk to anybody about my games or the tournament that we were about to be in, and it just put me in an environment where I felt like I belonged. When I got accepted to Bridgewater, I was more than excited because I knew about their championship-winning softball team. That was something that I wanted to be a part of from day one. When I got accepted to Bridgewater, soon enough, I got a recruitment letter in the mail asking me to play softball at Bridgewater. I still had to try out, but I was more than excited, and I was overly confident in the fact that I could make this team. The team was a super regional winning team, and I was supported by every single girl on that team. They all reached out to me, and they gave me the confidence and the ability to think that I could push myself to become a part of that when I was at college, that transition would not be hard for me because I already had people behind my back. That's something that everybody aspires to have. When I came to college, I was also accepted into the honors program, something that I never thought that I could do, so I was even more confident in this transition. I had no fears whatsoever coming into college, other than the fact that I might not have that same sense of belonging, but I was still getting it because I met my roommate before coming to college, and we were ready to take on this journey together. My college transition was going perfectly. Everybody's hopes and dreams. That's where I was wrong. I was ready to play first base, I was all set, I thought that's what was going to happen, and I wound up going to the wellness center because I didn't feel that well. But it was just some typical allergies from moving into the dorm room, and it turned out to be a lot more than that. I had to go to the hospital because of a tear in my rib cage area, so I was looking at about a 3 to 6 month recovery minimum. And for anybody who plays sports in high school, you know that that does not fly very well with your coaches. So I had to make my choice and decided I wanted to cry for the next 3 to 6 months until I get the opportunity to try out again, or I could step outside of my comfort zone. And that's what I was forced to do. After the many weeks that I did actually spend crying in bed, I realized that I needed to take that leap and I needed to trust myself in getting involved elsewhere on campus until I got that opportunity to try out again for softball. If you ever told me that I would get involved on campus other than being that seasoned athlete that I always was throughout my high school career, I would have laughed in your face. I would have chuckled, I wouldn't have even listened to you because that was not possible for me. I didn't know any other way than to be that student athlete. But again, college is about transitioning and it's about adapting. So I knew that I had to do that if I wanted to succeed. I knew that I couldn't let myself take a step back, but I had to move forward. That's when I got involved in the Student Government Association. My orientation leader was very passionate and he was going to be the president of the Student Government Association. And when I was coming into school, he realized that he thought that I had some good potential for that, so he asked me to join. I wasn't really that interested at first because, again, I was interested in softball, but now I had that opportunity right at my hands. I knew I had nothing to lose, so I went to one meeting. That meeting was what helped me realize that doing what you're accustomed to doing all the time is not healthy, and I realized that there are so many things out there that could teach me different things than softball did, that could teach me different things about being a college student. In softball, I was used to being that leader that was dictating people people and telling them what to do, whether it was to fix their batting stance, whether it was to go run the bases. And I honestly realized in softball that I did not like that about myself, and SGA helped me bring that out. I learned a lot of cooperation, per se, and I learned what it was like to actually work with someone else rather than to work at them or have people work for you. Through SGA, I learned that cooperation was key in team building and that teamwork wasn't from that dictation that I thought it was. Through student government, that's where I got the opportunity to join the Honor Student Congress, which was a new club that was founded on campus just a few years prior. I didn't really understand why someone had sought me out to join this organization because it was sort of the same as the Student Government Association. It was kind of like that Congress type feel. But I decided that if someone saw that opportunity in me, just like the softball girls did, I had to take that opportunity because these were few and far between, it felt like, in the beginning. So I decided to live in the now, and if I wanted to go to that meeting, I could, and if I didn't want to go back, I didn't have to. I just promised myself that I was going to go to that one meeting. That's actually me at the end of my first semester at college, talking about how passionate I was for the organization and how involved I was in the honors program already. The Honor Student Congress taught me so much more than I could have imagined. It taught me how to take criticism seriously, but not personally, as Hillary Clinton would say. It taught me that if someone is going to make the effort to critique what I am doing, whether they are doing it positively or negatively, I should take it positively, because I am going to better myself and work harder for that, and I hope you all do the same. Through these two organizations, I got my core values. You can see some of them up there being teamwork, openness, respect, honesty, and I can say that those pushed me to work even harder my second semester to get involved, to do even more with myself. I was asked to try out again for the softball team in the winter, and I gladly declined because I knew that I could play softball in the summer when I was out of school, and I knew that I could not leave these organizations behind. They taught me so much about myself, and I could not do that to them. I had to give back. Through that process over winter break, when I wanted to learn about myself, my roommate and I went out for sorority recruitment, and I was happily accepted a bid. And I got involved in so many different areas of Greek life because of them, not just within my own organization. That taught me that push and pull method, where my sisters were pushing me to do even better and to better myself in the sense that I was going to do something on this campus. I also strove to become an orientation leader because my orientation leader had done that for me. He had given me the opportunity to get involved on campus, and I wanted to do that for other students. I wanted to help them realize that it's so easy to get involved and it is so easy to make that transition over again. Like I mentioned before, I made the college transition not only once, when I was sitting in your seats and I had to become a new student not only from high school but to college, but I made that transition when I couldn't play softball anymore. And that's hard for some people. They can't accept the fact that their lives are changing and that there's different things that are going to change when you come to college. But I just want to say that if you're comfortable where you are and you want to go into college doing the same things that you're doing, that is perfectly fine, because I was about to do that. But sometimes life throws curveballs at you, and if that does happen, I hope you accept it with open arms. I really hope that you understand that it's for a good reason. If you walk across that stage at graduation 4 years from now, and you are the same person that you are in that seat, you didn't do college right. Thank you.